Lesson 7. Stealing the consonants. Consonants are formed by partially blocking the flow of sound with the soft and hard palates, the lips, the teeth, and the tongue. There are 30 consonant sounds in English. Consider these the steel framework of my speech. Remember, the vowel sounds flow freely out of the air stream. The consonants are partly obstructed. 19 of these sounds are called voiced consonants. 11 are unvoiced. It's not advisable to become overly conscious of the placement of the lips, tongue, and jaw during articulation of the consonant sounds. Listen to the demonstration of the consonant sounds in this lesson. Ear training, as with the vowel sounds, and constant practice is the recommended route to good, clear articulation of the consonants. In practicing consonant drills, be sure to exaggerate the movement of my lips and tongue. These gymnastics will strengthen the muscles of the tongue and face, and I am on the way to crisp, clear articulation. I remember that I gain real facility in forming consonant sounds. The object is to read at the normal rate. My tongue and lips will be feeling their way into each individual sound with constant repetition, constant consonant drills. In practice, the sounds are exaggerated and I play it by ear. B. Barney and Ben brought Betty and Bonita to the ball. Barney bounced over the barrier into the ballroom. The band was blaring the blues. S. Sam and Sarah sat silently on the sofa. Sarah said something silly about summer sunsets. Sam suddenly saw Sarah stare steadily southward. Treat this sibilant sound lightly on a microphone. Any exaggeration will result in an unpleasant hissing sound. K. Kathy caught the comedy in Kate's call to Cape Cod. The cost of kelp, clams, and crab meat caused Kate to collect a crew to climb the cliff and call the captain of the clipper in the cove. Here's another sound to treat lightly on the microphone. If it's too sharp, it will make a clicking sound, i.e. K. CH, chatting cheerfully, the Czechs chuckled with the charming Chinese. The Chinese formed a chain and chanted about chairs, chimes, and chowder. D. Dan and Don deliberately docked at the dike. The dented dike didn't deteriorate, despite Dan and Don's diabolical deed. The dreary dawn of day doomed Dan's devilish devotion to Daisy Dukes. F. Frank's father fought furiously for the favored few. Frank figured his father fanned the flames fairly fast and fell into a fit of fatigue. Frank finally found his fearful friends far from the fire. G. Gladys and Gail got going gracefully. The girls were going to grab the great and gracious Grant from the gleeful Gwen. Grant gave Gwen a gold gavel. However horrible and harassed Harry felt, he held the highest head in the whole hall. The harrowing and horrendous horde helped the haggard Harry heave the harp into the hall. J. Jerry and Jane were very jolly as they jumped joyfully over the jubilant Jean. June and Jane jeered jestingly at the jargon George and John jokingly used when they jabbered about genuine gems. The lower level of the lawn looked like a lazy lagoon. The long, loud, and lingering lament lasted longer than the later lullaby. Len's lingering look led Lolita into liking the lagoon. M. The men merrily made the most of the maudlin manner in which the mothers met. Marveling at the men's meanness, the many mothers in the milling mob moved the men to mercy. Meantime, the masked men meandered to the meadow. N. Natalie needed Ned to know the nautical names before naming the numerous nouns. Ned was nearby negotiating needlessly for a net. Natalie knew that Ned never knowingly napped, while Natalie needed nautical names. N.G. The bells were ringing and singing. Bing thought the ring would bring a thing to fling at the king. P. The pair plunged the point into the plank, but the point pushed into the panther's paw. The plump panther was proud and powerful. The panther pounced on the pair in the path and pushed them into the pool. Of all the consonants, P can be dynamite on Mike. If you're too strong and too close, you'll get a popping sound. The quiet quadruplets were acquainted with the queen. The queen was in a quandary, but would not quit quibbling with the quad's acquaintances. The queen became quite quarrelsome, and the quads quietly quivered. Readily realizing the rocket was rooted to the rails, the rivals rebelled against the rigid regimentation. Realizing the ridiculous rivalry between the reliable rebels, the ribald Reginald routed the remaining redmen. Sh. The shanty on the shore was a shambles. Looking at the shallow shoal, Sharon shook her shawl and watched the sharks and the shrimp. Tom took a terrible trip to the tropics. In a tantrum, Tom talked of toppling the table on the tense tyrant. Thousands thought the theater thrived on Thursday, but the thoughtless theories of the thespians threw the thoroughly threatened throng off the thread of the thing. There were these and those, therefore this was thus. The vain and volatile vagabond sent Valerie a vacant valentine in verse. Valerie was on the verge of venturing a verbal vendetta against the vindictive viper. Walter waved his wasted wallet at the wary waiter. He wandered wearily with his weighing wealth, weakened and worried by the wearing words. The zany zealot in the Zeppelin zeroed on the zigzagging zebra from the zoo in Zanzibar. There was an overwhelming whine on the white wharf. The whistling wheels of the wagon whisked the wheat over the whining whaler's wharf. Now, I've exaggerated all of these sounds, of course, and I'd like to make special mention of the sound in white, whale, and wharf. In normal speech, tone this one down a little. It calls for a light touch and should sound about like this. Less emphasis. White, whale, wharf. Anytime I feel the articulation of the beginning consonants needs to be crisp, I practice and work out the kinks. Exercises. There should be no vibration of the vocal cords. Hold the thumb and forefinger lightly on my throat and say all of the unvoiced consonants. Then try the voiced consonants. As I vocalize the voiced consonants, I will feel the vocal cords vibrate. On the consonants, P, T, and K, there is a light expulsion of air. Underline each word in the following items that begins with a consonant sound and read slowly in a sequence. A professional announcer must develop unusual agility with the lips, teeth, tongue, and other agents of speech. While an announcer does not often encounter tongue-twisting phrases in scripted copy, the mastery of articulation must cope with difficult combinations of sound. The following exercises will help develop articulation. Practice each exercise, repeating 5 times as fast as I can. 1. A box of biscuits, a box of mixed biscuits, and a biscuit mixer. 2. Double bubble gum blows bubbles double. 3. A lump of red leather, a red leather lump. 4. Red leather, yellow leather. 5. A knapsack strap. 6. This is a zither. 7. Quinn's twin sisters sing. Lesson 8. Improving resonance. Resonance is the element that gives the voice quality and beauty. Resonance is the reverberation and amplification of the original sound made by the vocal cords. If the sound of my voice was confined to just the original sound made by the vocal cords, the tone would be thin. It would be much the same as drawing the bow across the strings of a violin that had no sounding box, or striking the key of a piano that had no wooden body. The voice also has its compartments or cavities that reverberate the sound, and to create a full, rich, resonant tone. The resonating chambers of the body are in the chest, throat, mouth, nose, and head cavities. All of the resonators must work smoothly together to produce a well-balanced tone. As we discovered in tone production, I must have a good supporting column of air, a relaxed and open throat, relaxed neck muscles, and a loose lower jaw. The tone should be placed forward in the mouth. To get the sound forward and to get the feel of the forward tone, I practice front vowels sounds several times with plenty of lip movement. Pay, key, by, bow. 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 To get the feeling of mouth resonance, I repeat these sounds several times. I notice that all of these sounds resonate in the mouth cavity. Need, kit, aid, bed, bad. 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 Need kit, aid bed bad. Here the tone resonates in the throat. Booed, would, code, odd, hard. 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 These words contain the back vowels, and I can probably feel that the sound is resonated in the throat. To get the feeling of chest resonance, place the palm of my hand just below the collarbone and repeat these words several times. What, where, why, when. What, where, why, when. Make sure my throat is fully open. Ha how, hoi hoo, ha how, hoi hoo, ha how, hoi hoo, ha how, hoi hoo, ha how, hoi hoo. I notice the resonance comes from the chest as well as the walls of the throat. The three singing sounds, M, N, and NG, give the nasal resonance a beautiful tone. As an exercise, I hum a well-supported M sound, and elongate it when I place my fingers lightly on the side or bridge of my nose, my forehead, or cheekbones. The vibration I feel is the original sound reverberating in the resonance chambers of my head. I will feel the reverberating as I chant, main mean, mine, moan, moon, 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 main mean, mine, moan, moon. To bring the tone up into the head, I repeat with some of volume, ding dong, boom, 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 ding dong, boom, 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 ding dong, boom, 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 ding dong, boom, boom, boom. To develop resonance, I put my hand on top of my head to feel the vibration. I consciously place the tone into the head cavities. With constant practice, I am able to do this at will. I mentally guide the sound into the head resonators. I speak softly and easily, holding on to these singing sounds, M, N, and NG. One of the best exercises for improving resonance is to hum easily and softly at every opportunity. Bring the tone forward until my lips and nose tickle when I touch them lightly with my thumb and fingers. Another good one is to hum up and down the musical scale. I focus on the notes closest to my normal voice pitch in a relaxed manner. Generally, nasal consonants are intermixed with other consonants and vowels. I must learn to get the full resonant value from the nasal sounds. This practice exercise objective is to make a vowel sound, then go into a sustained nasal consonant, then transition back to the vowel. Make each transition smoothly and eliminate any nasal sound on the final vowel sound. Here's an example of what I mean. AY, may, hey. E, me, e, e. I, my, yeah, yeah, oh, moi, oh, oh, mo, oh, oh. Try the same thing with the other vowel sounds and use them with the in sound as well, i.e., nay, nay, nigh, no, nu. The fact about resonance is that the rich quality makes my voice a pleasure to listen to and is vital to good communication as well. Resonance multiplies the power of speech volume. Deliver the script with attitude and force. Exercises.